Yeah, Abdullah, great to have you on. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Great to finally meet in person as well.
Really
I know
is.
we've been in touch online. So
Yeah, good
yeah.
stuff. So for people listening, who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm Abdullah. I currently work as a senior enterprise BDR at Klaviyo.
Hmm.
Previously used to work in the audit world.
Yeah,
Very quickly realized I didn't like it,
yeah,
and made that transition to tech sales.
amazing. And remind me, did you study through uni or did you go straight into auditing?
I went straight into audit. So I was 18 years old, had no idea what I wanted to do, and did an apprenticeship in audit, and it was meant to be about 4.5 years. And
Yeah,
2 years in, I was absolutely miserable, and I realized I didn't want to do this for the rest of my life.
yeah. And is that when you came into Entr Tech?
Yes, exactly.
No way, so you're still young, mate. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous. You got into tech sales super early.
Yeah.
I was like 24, 25. Wow. And how did how did you find Entr Tech, the whole program? And that was a couple of years ago now, right?
Yeah, so joined Entr Tech in August 2023. I knew I was so like miserable in audit that I just jumped without like a plan.
Yeah,
But I really quickly realized that though I wanted to get into software sales, I didn't have the experience, the skill set, or even the language to succeed in an interview.
yeah, yeah. So that was the main thing. And what drew you to tech sales? I guess was it, people are scared to mention. Obviously, for me, it was the fact that what I was liking technology. I saw the way it was going with the world. I also wanted to work, in front of people, and also the salary was pretty big, which people leave out. What was the pull towards tech sales, or did you stumble upon it? How did you come across tech sales?
Yeah, actually, funnily enough, I used to see some of your videos on TikTok.
Really?
Used to see a few other content creators talking about their transition to tech sales.
Yeah.
But for me, I always boil it down to three main things.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one being, I kind of wanted a career that's stimulating.
Yeah.
And so being in a sales environment, competitive, target driven, I found that much more up my street.
Yeah.
And then I think the money is always, it's not something to be ignored. It's definitely a career that you can get to six figures really quickly.
Yeah.
And lastly, I'd probably say it's the opportunity to be at the forefront of technology.
Yeah.
You're working with some of the leading tech companies in the world. So
Yeah.
it's I think all of those three things are my biggest.
Amazing. And talk to me about Klaviyo. How's the journey been there actually, for yourself in terms of working for American companies like I did? There's so many great perks, still like travel and benefits, and obviously traditionally US companies pay more than a British company would. So yeah, how's that been for you?
Yeah, it's been great. Actually, I really love working for Klaviyo. Probably the best company and culture I've been at. I think for me, the first few things were stood out. Obviously, the salary was noticeably higher compared to the others in the market. A market leading product, I think, is they're quite established in the marketing automation space.
Yeah.
But also, the opportunity to travel, work different markets. We had, I think, in my first month, within about 20 days, we were flying out to Orlando.
Wow.
For our SKO. And I'd never seen anything like that before. So it's been an experience.
Yeah. And SKO, if someone's listening in, what the hell is an SKO? What's an SKO?
Yeah, so every SaaS company at the beginning of the year, they like to bring their entire go-to-market team together in one place to discuss strategy, get everyone pumped up for the rest of the year, and just talk about how they can really win in the year. And with Klaviyo, we have it at the beginning of January, and it's typically a neutral location in between all of the different offices. Yeah. And so because Klaviyo is an American company, it was in Orlando.
Yeah. Has it always been in Orlando? Have you been to one or two?
No, it changed. So this year was in Austin, Texas.
Wow.
It's always a little bit of gossip in the office on where's the next one going to be.
Yeah. And do they run President's Clubs?
They do run President's Club. Yeah. I actually wasn't able to go through it this last year because I was on paternity leave for a period of time.
Okay. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
And where would they go for President's Club?
They do a few different locations. I know this year's one is in Cancun, which is amazing because I think a few of them are going to go straight to the World Cup after that.
Wow, it's insane. Yeah. So these, I guess, the benefits of working for amazing companies in tech sales. And how's that transition been? As a father working in tech sales, balancing both, is it giving you a nice bit of I guess, flexibility? Maybe you're working hybrid. So, like, how's it been handling the stresses and pressures of being a parent, but also hitting quota and being in a high performing environment?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that becomes a lot easier when you've got a good manager and someone who's really like got your best interests in mind. I remember when obviously I was a bit hesitant to break the news to my manager on the fact that I was becoming a father, but she was very supportive, and she was just like to me, look, take the full. They give 4 months.
Wow.
Full paternity leave.
That's great.
And I was really surprised because I had only had it in my mind to take off 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
But she really pushed me to take the full time off. Even when I came back, they helped me ramp up again.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of support, and very flexible in terms of when I need to work from home.
Yeah.
But I think the most important thing, to answer your question, is to really prioritize your time.
Yeah.
And so for me, I just try to be 100% at work, and then when I'm at home, 100% at home.
Yeah, that's so important, right? To switch off.
Yeah.
And what's the structure of being in the office, like the cadence weekly?
We have a structure where we work 2 days a week mandatory, and that's typically Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Wednesday, I tend to come in as well, just because the culture's nice and it's nice to kind of be around a team.
Nice.
But yeah.
Good stuff. Cool. And do you cover different markets? I think from your LinkedIn, do you cover you further afield in terms of Middle East? Or what's your remit?
Yeah, so I started off serving the Nordics. We actually, just when I had joined Klaviyo, they implemented territories. So that's so that worked in my favor. I worked in Nordics initially, which was quite exciting. But then after coming back from paternity leave, they opened up the Middle East market. Yeah. And so I've been working that since Q4.
Fine.
That's been definitely an interesting journey.
Interesting. And are you traveling out there at all, or is it all remote?
Not yet, especially kind of given the current tensions.
Yeah, of course.
But do hope to someday.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. And I guess advice from some people listening in, how did you find the Entr Tech program in terms of learnings and I guess support there? Like, what was your main takeaway as well?
Yeah, I think the main thing that I realized about Entr Tech is what you put in is what you get out, really. Yeah. The resources, they are endless. I mean, from the mentoring, from the daily sessions, but I think it's up to each person on how engaged you're going to be with it. Yeah. And yeah, I can't fault the program, to be honest. I learned a lot, and I think I came into the program with no idea really what SaaS was, or no idea what a CRM was really. Yeah. And at the end of it, I was speaking the language, and I was much more confident in interviews.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's confidence-wise as well, in terms of that's what a lot of people get out of it, is probably like the support that you can actually do this, and like you don't need to be technically gifted to get into the industry. Yeah. Are you using any AI at the moment in your day-to-day as an SDR? Like, how's that transition been? Because obviously you've been in the industry probably like, nearly 3 years now, 2.5? Yeah. So how's that, from a go-to-market perspective, changed or not?
Yeah, I think it's definitely improved the way people outbound now. I think, going back to my first kind of BDR job, spending time doing emails, writing them manually, trying to think of how to, plug things in. Yeah. But now with the help of Claude, with the help of ChatGPT, you can customize how you write emails. And the way I've kind of gone about it is, I initially was very hesitant because, with ChatGPT emails, they don't really sometimes land as well, and they don't sound as personalized. Yeah. But as that's improved, what I've done now is I've built like a custom GPT that helps is learn from all of my emails, all my voice, like everything that's been landing. Yeah. And it's pretty good. It's like almost the same as me, which means I can focus on doing what I do best, which is calling.
Yeah, yeah. And you'd be calling how many people a day, would you say?
Probably for me, because I'm in the mid-market enterprise space, I'd probably say it's about 40 people today. Yeah, yeah. Which is slightly smaller than with like when I was working with commercial businesses. Yeah. But it just means that every call is a well-researched one. Yeah. And there's more quality conversations.
And how many, I guess, meetings would you typically, or targets would you have to book from calls?
So for us, it's around, my target is 6 a month.
6 a month.
Of course, that's based on qualified opportunities.
Qualified, yeah.
But yeah, I think this is my team have kind of smashed it this year. So we're like on our 11th month of team hitting target. Wow. And we've got an incentive for the 12th month, which is a team hike and a day off.
Oh, so nice. Yeah. And it's quite a good camaraderie within the team. Everyone's like supportive.
Definitely. It's an amazing culture. We all really get along. Even in Orlando, like after the SKO, we all kind of stayed behind it for a few days.
Yeah.
Booked out like a villa and just had a blast.
Amazing. And are they open to people from different backgrounds, or are they always trying to hire experienced SDRs, at Klaviyo?
Yeah, I think it depends on, the honest answer, I think it really depends on the reason why they're hiring.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they're replacing a very experienced SDR, it's natural for managers to look for, a less risky hire.
Yeah.
But I've seen myself, and I've seen quite a few other BDRs come in there with not much experience.
Yeah.
And they've gone on to do really well.
Yeah, perfect. To wrap it up, I guess, what's the most biggest misconception about sales? We say one misconception about sales and advice for someone who's looking to break in.
Yeah, I think the biggest misconception I hear is I'm not loud enough, or I'm not extroverted enough.
Yeah.
And I think that couldn't be so far from the truth. Like, the biggest thing that I've seen, some of the best players I've seen in sales are actually really quiet outside of their job.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why that works in their favor is because they're actually listening more,
Mm-hmm.
And talking less. And I would say the biggest advice for someone to go out there and, if they want to get into software sales, I'd say the biggest thing they can do is just don't be shy to ask for help.
Yeah.
I've landed my previous 3 roles just through asking for someone for a bit of time and a bit of advice, and they've referred me and they've helped me through the entire application process.
Yeah.
And so, use your resources and actually just don't be shy to ask.
That's probably like the biggest hidden thing, right? It says that hidden back door in tech where you can, ask for referrals. A lot of these companies will give you big referral fees if you're working for them to refer someone else.
Yeah.
And then one final question is in terms of the big, where do you want to get to? And I think I'll probably know this question, the answer to it. And what are the biggest, account executives? What are, the big hitters, directors, or whoever? What are they making in tech sales? Is there some pretty juicy commissions coming in there? And where's the vision for you?
Yeah, for me, my next step is going for an account executive role. I'm actually going through that process right now and going through an advancement process that we have at Klaviyo.
Wow.
And the money is nice there, definitely. I can't deny that. I've seen some AEs kind of take home maybe 300-400 grand a year. And I think that's where I want to be. I've seen some great AEs be recognized for top performance, and it's inspiring.
Yeah, good stuff. And where's the best place if people want to reach out and learn more about tech sales and your journey? Would it be LinkedIn?
Yeah, LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm always open to help out people. We're actually hiring. I don't know if I'm allowed to drop this in here.
Yeah.
But we're actually hiring at the moment. So
Yeah.
I'm always happy to help people through application process, or even if it's outside of Klaviyo, I know that journey and how scary it can be.
100%.
So I'm always happy to help or coach people through the process.
Perfect, mate. Well, excited to see where you land in an AE role and hopefully smashing it. We'll catch up in a couple of years' time and maybe do this again.
Yeah, for sure. No, thank you, Jack.
Pleasure, man.